Hi, I'm back, Hav, and looking over strange terrain. Remember to hit like, subscribe, and that bell button when I put out new content, because there will be new content in the future. And I will be talking about my exploration into traveling. I've always been a traveler since my wife and I have been married, but it's taken a different turn over the last year or two. And so I'm going to talk more about traveling and how it relates to the environment around us. That being said, this weekend, my wife and I have been going off-roading a few times during the pandemic. It's been nice to get out in nature and just to see the sights. Being here in Florida, everything's pretty flat. So our trailing here is not going to be all that sexy. You're not going to have these grand views, but we managed to find a few over time. We went to the Tosohatchee Wildlife Preserve that's here right outside, not too far from where I live, about maybe 15 miles. 50 miles from that point is Cape Canaveral, and in between is the St. Johns River. At the Tosohatchee Wildlife Preserve or Wildlife Management Area, there are a lot of trails for you to take, and it's about 60 miles worth of off-roading you can do. Nothing technical, mostly flat. So if you have kids of driving age, legal driving age, or that's permitted, you can give them an opportunity to drive off-road. And I took my daughter and my wife, and it was their first time actually driving. Most of the time when we've off-road adventured, we did it in Iceland, and I did all the driving off-road for the most part. There was a brief spell where my wife did a little bit, but for the most part, I did most of the driving. This trip, this last weekend, I wanted, so my daughter got an opportunity to drive, and she did most of the driving. And you can see in the video, she's a cut up. So we went to the Tosohatchee, which is a wildlife management area where you can hunt, fish, camp, and hike, and drive the trails. You can do ATV as well as four-wheel drive off-roading. But most of it's flat, and the ATV trails there are more of those than there are of anything else. You can hunt pig there. You can hunt deer, white-tailed deer, as well as a number of other critters. But the pig is one of those things that's a pestilence, and so they really don't care when you shoot those. But you make sure you still have to check in, and there are seasons for that. Anyway, we got a chance to see a couple of lakes. The main reason why we went there was to do some gator watching, as well as get some drive time for my wife and my daughter. The Tosohatchee has about 60 miles of driving trails. I think we drove them all. Lately, a good portion of them have been closed off. So we did I want to say we did about 20 of those, 20 miles of trail riding this last weekend. Not many gators out. It was rather cool day, so not a lot of gators out to go watch, but we did see one dead gator, and the two gators we did see, I mean, all you saw was their heads, and that's about it. I'm sure if we cast a few nets in the water, then more would have came out. Anyway, we ended up going to the same spot where we go gator watching. Is the same spot where we happen to watch rockets launch off over from Cape Canaveral. And like I said, it's about 10 to 15 miles from that spot. Although the view is not that spectacular, you can still see the rocket launch. Now, I can watch it from my backyard, and it's not as spectacular, but I don't have to drive 30 miles to go and be stuck 3 hours trying to get there just to get a spot. So my wife and I can look out our bedroom and see the little speck of dot just shoot off into the outer reaches of Earth. But anyway, I just wanted to take a minute, talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing in future content. Again, I'm going to probably be doing, more likely I'm going to do a walk around my vehicle. I know there's 1,000 Tacoma YouTube channels out there with guys who spent thousands of dollars on gear. I hope to get there one day. I'm not going to lie. But right now, I'm just getting started, and I would like to show off things that I have going on with my truck, some of the parts I've had to buy, and talk about some of the headaches of buying parts from some, especially lead times, with some of these companies. But most of the part, they've been pretty easy to work with. Then I wanted to, later on, we're going to start talking about travel management, logistics, and how that all plays a part in it, and where our next go around is going to be. You know, the family and I have traveled to Ireland, India, Peru, and Iceland, Canada, Puerto Rico, to name a few. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying this. We like to travel, and we've always traveled with our kids. And people have reservations about traveling with their kids. And I tell you right now, if you travel with your kids and start them young, they'll be well-behaved kids for the rest of their lives. And I don't know if it's just my kids and our genes, but we've never had a problem with our kids in traveling. So that being said, get them out, share the experience with them, let them see the same things that you see, let them experience the same things you experience, and they'll carry those moments with you forever. Iceland was a great trip. I'm going to announce later on, a couple episodes from now, where we're going to be taking our trip. It's going to be stateside, and it's an adventure that I don't think too many people often take. So this is why I'm choosing this particular adventure, because it mixes elements of what I like to do and what my wife likes to do. And I can also make some really great footage along the way. So like I said, I've been spending time buying better equipment, so I can make better content. And some of the frustrations I was facing with, I kind of felt limited doing skill sets that you can get on any YouTube channel and see. So I guess I'm just going to talk about traveling with the family and how to logistically plan for it. And I'll introduce my wife, the old gal, and give you, and let her have an opportunity to share with you everything she does, because she's the planner for our trips. She plans the logistics. I just come up with the idea, and I make the money that brings it in, so that we can actually put it into action. But no, we have equal equity in the game, and that's the fun of the adventure, is the planning and the planning to take that first step. So it's because this is such a big event for us, and we were going to probably be on a time crunch to knock it out because of work, and it all depends on where I'm at in life too. But we're going to plan it out 3 years ahead of time. Normally our trips take about 2 years to plan out. We start thinking, going from idea to concept to implementing our plan. So I'm pushing it giving it another year, so I can acquire all the things I want, my wife can acquire all the things we want. We can do better detailed planning, and we can plan logistically, not just our routes, but everything that we want to be comfortable and everything that we want to see while we're out. And all doing it from the comfort of our vehicle. However comfortable you can actually be in a Tacoma. Well, anyway, let's get to it. Let me show you what happened this last weekend and share with you some of the experiences that I had with my.
The article clearly says that people that are locked down, staying home, not doing anything, it didn't do anything.
Right.
I personally like to use them, you know, as like a little like brush for my hair. You know, they have wide enough wrists and everything. And in case you guys haven't noticed, we're on a dirt road.
Keep your eyes.
Oh, well, you see, I have my mom's eyes. They're currently like nice on my dashboard, right there, keeping an eye on the road. Going down Fishhole Road right now. And as you see, the road has a bunch of potholes bigger than my mom's pot pile. And it's raining, so it's a little bit more soggy than them.
Keep your eyes on the road. So we're driving down the road, and off to the right of the road, you know, there's a little pond. So I tell my daughter to stop the car. You know, Florida gets a lot of hurricanes, and so it's typical as you're going throughout the wildlife management area to see fallen trees. As I'm crossing the road here, we got the palmettos mixed in with the mangroves. You can see the little stumps. And right now I'm making sure that I'm not going to step on any snakes, creepy corals, because they're known to be in this area. So I quick do a little 5 and 25 around the area as I approach the water. Here we have another fallen mangrove. But yeah, so I'm kind of mindful right now because there's a possibility there's alligators in the water, and I don't want to get snarfed up. Yeah, and so I'm here by myself, and I'm wondering what the girls are up to.
Even better, while Dad's gone, we can eat all the good stuff.
Oh, do you want to show what we got?
We got a very hard cooler to open.
Yes, we do.
Nobody cares about sandwiches. We got blue crab and it's smoked. And we don't know what that means. We've never had it before. It sounded good.
We love anything crab, so that was an automatic yes for us.
And then, of course, Kaylee's been with spinach. And why do we get so excited about such things? We'll never know.
Spinach dip is amazing. I feel like if everybody were to have spinach dip in their life right now, there would be world peace.
We'd all be a lot happier.
We would.
Especially if it has melted cheese in it, because there's just something about cheese.
Ooh. I'm 100% sure I'm lactose intolerant because every time I have cheese, I have to go to, like, it is not a fun day on the bathroom. But I do love cheese very much.
He's coming back.
You see, a mean prank to play would be to lock the doors. I don't even know where you went.
And it is raining, so that'd be a super mean prank, which means we probably shouldn't do it now.
I agree. We'll do it later.
Yeah, we love Dad. We don't want to see him cry yet.
But the best part about love is getting to see these people cry uncontrollably. I think you have to pull the tab more.
This toughening goes love up so they can handle real life situations.
Bullying is love. It builds character.
So it says, oh,
Here you go.
here, you use your strong man hands. I'm just kidding, you don't have man hands. My little old lady fingers can't handle it. Well, what you know, takes a youngin'.
It was just this tab right here. Then... Anyway, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. I have my sandwich in there. She's not touching it.
Nobody cares about sandwiches.
I care about sandwiches.
Not bad.
Fresh muscle coming in now.
I know. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to put
See how big you hold.
the real muscle comes from the glutes.
Tosohatchee Wildlife Management Area. So right now we're going to Charlie Lake, I believe it's called. Let me double check, make sure. And yeah, Lake Charlie. Yeah, we're gonna go there, check it out, and then give Pooh Bear an opportunity to run the lanes here and get some more experience driving. And then we'll be heading over to the Jim Creek. That's a finger of the St. Johns River. And we're going to do some gator watching. Lake Charlie is a man-made lake that was constructed in the 1970s. The dirt taken was used to build State Road 528. Rainwater filled the lake we were visiting. It now serves as a refuge for native birds and is home to bluegill, largemouth bass, perch, and catfish.
So explain to us again how the binoculars work, how them sitting on your face.
So if you do it like this, you're going to see a lot of black. So you got to do it like this. And if you do it like this, you're going to see a lot of black for sure.
She's meaning me. So, I thought this was day was going to turn to bust. The weather was starting off pretty bad. But now we're doing a lot better. My daughter, getting her out of the house, which has always been good. Got my daughter and my wife out as well. We don't like the sickness stick around. But seem to be having some fun. The best part of this trip by far is watching the interaction between my wife and daughter. It's a moment like these makes me miss them more before they even step foot out of the door. And it's great to share these type of moments with her. So Kaylee's getting a little gutsy and she's having a good time splashing through the puddles right now. I'm not paying too much attention because I'm getting my selfie stick ready. Give it a try, it's new. I see some other videos on YouTube where people use the selfie stick as they're driving. So now the area is starting to open up, and this road runs north and south, and once we get to the corner here, we're gonna turn right, heading east. This location where we're going is a secret spot where we come to watch rocket launches. And there might be a few gators.
I'm going to be talking like a reporter. I hope you know that. Well, good morning, everybody. I am here with Andrea Mackey. We are here at what?
Tosohatchee? I don't know. One of those.
Takahaka-ichi Uchu. We are here today to look at gators. As you can tell, as I will be showing you in an image later, we are surrounded by gators. Do you have any comments on this, Mom?
Well, that one right there seems to be eyeballing us.
Oh, yes. Men love doing that for me. Anyway.
Oh, and there was another one.
I'll see you later, Carl. Have a good day.
Yeah, she's being pretty cautious because this is the first time she's driven across this bridge. It's pretty safe, but she's going the speed limit as she should. Well, they said that these record for 7 hours.
So are we going to talk for 7 hours to see if it works?
No, but I haven't turned it off since I put it on.
I think it said 7 hours in standby mode. So what you really need to test is when you're actively using them, how long does it really last?
Right. And does it go to an automatic standby mode?
That's a good question.
There we go.
So for Javier's birthday gift, we got some Rode Wireless Go microphones. Javier's wearing one right now, but I'm not wearing one.
Nope.
And we kind of took them out today for a trial run to see how we like them. I mean, obviously we're going to love them, but we want to see how they work and if we need to do any modifications or buy any extra accessories to go with them.
Right now, we're thinking the only thing we have to get, well, would be like to, we don't really have to get, but it would be nice, is the lapel mics.
Yeah, because otherwise you're stuck with a bulky box hanging onto the top of your shirt, which isn't too bad, but being how easily they can fall off, I'd rather it be secure in a pocket.
Right. So we're on Florida's longest road in the wetlands. We're getting ready to leave that Tosohatchee Wildlife Management Road. Passing by some fellow truckers, a couple Tacoma guys, and a Jeep. Fat guys drive Jeeps. Kidding. But pretty slow day out here. Not a lot going on. Saw like maybe a handful of alligators versus normally we see a whole bunch of alligators.
Also let Kaylee drive off-road today.
And Andrew is taking a crack at it right now.
I love it.
So maybe sometime this month we'll go up to Ocala and hit the trail that we drove Not the one that scratched the truck, but
The other one.
the other one that had some inclines.
Or maybe we'll find an awesome trail up in Georgia. I know there's been a couple Georgia, Alabama area others been wanting to try out.
Yeah. So not much here in the East Coast, especially here in Florida. Everything's flat. You know, we're not going to get much elevation here in Florida. But what we do have is a lot of wildlife that we can see throughout the day. We don't have to wait until the middle of the night to hit, you know, to see wildlife. Normally when we come out here, like I said earlier, we can see a bunch of alligators, but this time around we didn't. All right, hey hon, when we get around this bend, let's go ahead and stop the vehicle, put it in neutral, and put it into
all right,
wheel
so we
drive.
had to wrap things up. It's been a long week. I haven't been able to finish this video, so I thought I want to close it out today so I can have it published by tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in. It was just some time with me and my daughter and my wife traveling around and, you know, show you a little bit of what we have here in Florida. I know it's not as sexy as Colorado or Utah or Arizona, New Mexico, but it has its own sexiness in and of itself. Remember to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. And I'm going to be hopefully putting some more content and a lot faster, more often, and even if it's just a little something, I think it's better than nothing. So, and then I got a few new toys this time around, so if you're getting into the vlogging, I can, you know, it might be some for you out there. It might be a few items that are old, but to me they're kind of new, and I'm pretty happy to be stoked to get it, and hopefully looking to buy a better camera. Right now I'm filming off either my GoPro or my telephone, my cell phone. So yeah, I'm looking at getting a Canon a Canon G7 Mark III, something small I can take around. But as far as audio, bought a few new mics, and anyway, I'll do like a little product review or show off some of the things I do have currently, and see how that goes. And then in the future, do a walk around in my truck. Nothing special about it, but it's going to get there. So, all right, have a good weekend.